Hello, I am Dane Velker, and this is my second presentation in sports marketing. The title of my presentation is called Location, 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 a survey about the UMKC men's basketball team moving to Municipal Auditorium. So, my objectives for this assignment are to define a survey, to explain the advantages and disadvantages of surveys, to discuss the three different types of survey research, and to explain the difference between primary and secondary research. I'm also going to transition from the basics about surveys to a real-world example. And while discussing a real-world example, the research question, the actual survey results, and analysis will be explained and talked about. So what is a survey? So Merriam-Webster defines a survey as asking people a series of questions in order to gather information about what most people do or think about something. So scientifically, a survey is a form of research asking participants questions to help prove whether a scientific hypothesis is true or not. So, the advantages and disadvantages of surveys. So, the advantages, they are easy to administer, they're cost effective, allows data collection from a large number of participants, and also a broad range of data can be collected. But the disadvantages of surveys are respondents may provide inaccurate and dishonest answers, respondents skew answers so they don't present themselves in an unfavorable manner, and also surveys could misrepresent the population as a whole. Meaning, some surveys might be given to maybe just 2,000 people in the whole United States, and that what those 2,000 people say could misrepresent what the whole population of the United States would say if every single individual was given the survey. So that's how surveys could misrepresent the population as a whole. So, the three types of survey research. There are three types of survey research. Those are exploratory research, descriptive research, and causal research. Exploratory research is basically a survey aimed to discover ideas and insights as opposed to gathering and collecting statistically accurate data. Descriptive research is the focus of this survey. Descriptive research is basically to provide quantitation to a particular research question. The answers in descriptive surveys will provide statistically inferable data. So basically, descriptive research is about getting stats that you want and then generating those and seeing what percent of populations correspond to something, and then also with this data you can see if a positive relationship occurs. And then causal research, that is the focus of this survey is to explain the cause and effect relationship between variables. Okay, so primary and secondary research. So primary research, that is original research done by a company or person, produces results that can give a company a competitive edge over its competitors. Whereas secondary research is just research done by an outside entity that is available to all parties, including a company and its competition. An example of secondary research is it'd be like different surveys that are done by governmental agencies or trade associations that they then sell and provide out to the general public and to people who want to buy these research reports. So now I'm going to present a real world example about surveys. We've kind of talked about the basics of surveys, what they are, the advantages and disadvantages of them, the three types of them, and also primary and secondary data in research, in survey research. So now we're going to go into the real world example. So necessary background info. So in the 2010-2011 college basketball season, the University of Missouri Kansas City men's basketball team moved its home games from the Municipal Auditorium to Serenity Recreation Center. So the Municipal Auditorium is located downtown. It is a historic location. It has been there for many of years, and that's where UMKC used to play their men's basketball games until 2010-2011 season when they moved to Swinney. So, during the first season at Swinney, attendance averaged near the capacity of the gym. Swinney holds about 1,500 seats, and the games average about 1,200 people. So the biggest attendance difference was seen in the UMKC student population. So there was some research done, and by the fifth home game, the total student attendance surpassed the previous season's total. So that means that when they made the move, that the increase in attendance was mostly by the students' attendance, and that probably was due to the fact that Swinney is an on-site location. It's on the campus, and it's easily accessible for students to go to the games. Some more background information. So, even though the attendance at the Swinney Recreation Center was pretty high in the first year, about 1,200 for a 1,500 seat capacity arena, UMKC men's basketball decided to move to the Municipal Auditorium again for the 2013 to 2014 college basketball season. Why did this occur? Well, for one, the Municipal Auditorium can hold about 10,000 people, whereas Swinney Recreation Center can only hold about 1,500. So you can put a lot more people in the Municipal Auditorium. And also, UMKC, as well as other entities in Kansas City, companies, helped to fund a $5 million renovation project that would increase or enhance or enhance the Municipal Auditorium. Some of these additions included a new scoreboards, new video displays, basically to increase the kind of the electronic and technical aspects of the auditorium to facilitate a current college basketball team. So during that basketball season where they moved, the 2013-2014 season, home game attendance grew by 36%. So, basically looking at this trend and seeing everything that occurred, this is the research question that I have. So the move for UMKC's men's basketball has seen an increase in attendance, but is this increase due to increased student attendance? So more specifically, are students who live near campus and were more likely to attend UMKC men's basketball games when they were played on campus attending the games now? So if this is the case, and this is a yes when we do the survey, marketing can be done to attract those students to the games. So basically, the research question is, so yes, there was an increase in attendance at Municipal Auditorium, but is this increase by students that live near campus? There's many students that live near campus because, from my experience, just walking around the blocks near campus and also looking for housing, there's a lot of students who go to UMKC that live near campus. So if this was a large percentage of the population that went to the games when they were located on campus, and if these students aren't going to the games now since they're a few miles away, maybe marketing could be done to get those students to the games. So, the objectives of the survey. So, first, I wanted to engage the interest of students living near campus in UMKC men's basketball. Because if there's no interest, then there's nothing to be done, because if there's no interest, there's no point of putting the money and the effort into trying to get these students to the games. And secondly, I wanted to assess whether students living near campus attended UMKC men's basketball games at the Municipal Auditorium. So I wanted to see if there's anybody that's living near campus that go to the games at the Municipal Auditorium. And also, thirdly, I wanted to determine whether students would attend the games at Municipal Auditorium if some kind of transportation were available. So the UMKC has a shuttle service that shuttles students back from the Hospital Hill campus to the main campus. So if they could use a shuttle to transport people from the main campus to the games, maybe more students would go to the games. So, how will these objectives be achieved? So, I conducted basically a descriptive survey to maybe gather further insights for possible marketing strategies for the UMKC men's basketball teams. My target population will be UMKC Greek life. So more specifically, I target those students living at the fraternity house near the campus. So to make sure my target audience received and completed the surveys, I spent a day in the yard of the fraternity houses asking for participants. I chose UMKC Greek life because they're usually more engaged and involved in activities around the campus. So if I could get a good sense of what they thought, maybe I could see a trend and get those people that would more likely attend games, the ones that are more interested in activities in the school, compared to the people that would never want to be interested in the first place. So that's why I chose them. Okay, so the actual survey.